Plaintiff Veronica Dobine was married to the defendant's brother and has known him since he was 8 years old. Veronica claims after she broke up with the defendant's brother, she allowed the defendant to use her car, and he got the car impounded, so she's suing. Defendant Cordero Little says on the night the car was impounded, he was pulled over for no reason at all. However, he says because Veronica didn't have insurance on the car, it was searched and the police found marijuana. So he feels it's Veronica's problem.
Tell me what happened.
I know Cordero Little ever since he was 8 years old, and I look at him like a little brother, and I've been with his brother for 16 years. So he saw that I broke up with his brother and I was in a messed up situation. So he come over one day asking, could he use my car? And he had broke up with his kid's mother as well. And so he was asking, could he get the car so he can clear his mind and this and that. So I let him see the car.
To clear his mind?
Yes, because he wanted to, go out, that night because
to hang out and party and feel better. Okay, about the situation.
He supposed to be taking a little lady out to a movie.
Okay, all right, because you can walk through the park and clear your mind.
Right.
He doesn't need your car. Right, yeah. Go ahead.
So I let him see it or whatever. So he bring it back the next morning, brought me some coffee and stuff. So he had to go to work at 2 o'clock. So I was like, I'll take you to work, but he asked, could he see it again, make a run. So he made the little run, and around 12 o'clock I get to calling him because I know he have to be at work at 2 o'clock.
Run where? Did you know what the run meant?
Just do a little couple of errands, I guess. Okay. I don't know. I really wasn't paying attention to that. I was just thinking about the coffee and
all right, always ask somebody what they're doing with your car before you loan it to them. Go ahead.
I end up calling him, and then when I called, no answer. So I called his mom, and everybody was like, he got locked up because he had some unlawful drugs up in the car.
Okay, sir?
So that's what a run is, huh?
Yeah, that's what a run is, yeah.
Plaintiff Veronica Dobine allowed the defendant to borrow her car, but she claims he got the vehicle impounded because the police pulled him over and he had marijuana in the vehicle.
Go ahead.
I've been knowing Veronica for quite some time now. Her and my brother, they broke up or whatever, but I don't have anything to do with that, you know. But I could find in her like she could find in me, you know what I mean? So it's like, okay, I'm so sincere, Your Honor. I really don't feel like I'm liable for her car getting impounded. Yes, it got caught with unlawful, like 2 bags of weed, but the cops, they pulled us over for like miscellaneous things, I'm from west side of Chicago.
They pulled you over what?
Like for no reason, just miscellaneous. I'm in the neighborhood that I'm in, City of Chicago streets, you know how it is. But that's not what I'm about though, you know what I mean? I was on my way to work, the cops pulled me over. They searched the van, they didn't even ask for my license, but I had my license, there was no insurance on the car. But they found weed in the car, so they impounded the car. So I'm like, okay, I don't feel like I'm reliable for the car because there wasn't no insurance. Because if it was insurance, I feel like, okay, well, they wouldn't have searched the vehicle. She was like, okay, I feel like you owe me for your car. I'm like, wow, I mean, I'll try to pay you back, but like, I have things to do, so you have to wait, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay. She like, no, Cord. I'm like, oh, wow, here we go with this again. Like, I felt bad for her for breaking up with my brother, but, because she's still like a big sister to me, you know what I mean? But still in all, like, I have things going on too. I mean, and that was like basically the end of that, but I'm like, honestly, but I don't think I'm reliable for the car because it had no insurance.
Yeah, I don't think you're reliable either.
But it did, but at the same time though, I did have weed in the car. It got pounded for 2, like, it was some weed, marijuana in the car though.
You say you're not reliable for the car, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I would agree with that. I think she would agree too, that you're not a reliable person to give your car to.
Not saying like that, but I'm like liable like for the paper, like for the be getting sued. You know what I mean? I'm not reliable for the come on.
All right, sir. You work or in school?
Yeah, I mean I work full time, you know what I mean, at a restaurant. Okay. But I don't feel like I'm liable for the be getting sued for the car. I'm like,
yeah,
I don't feel like it's my fault.
I heard you the first 10 times.
Right. I'm just.
All right. How far did you go in school?
To my junior year. Of high school.
Oh, okay. Why didn't you finish?
I had some altercations in my life. I mean, none of them too proud of, but I don't regret anything that I've done.
You can't go back and finish?
School? Yeah. Automotive technician, what I was thinking about. Good. But I've been working though, so I've been doing a lot of that.
All right. What type of restaurant work do you do?
I work at Dunkin' Donuts actually. And that was the coffee that I was bringing her that morning. You know?
All right. Well, I would advise you to continue with your education and go to the auto mechanic technician school. Those are good jobs, and that's a lasting skill. I don't think you'll get a lasting skill at Dunkin' Donuts unless you go into the management.
Exactly. That's what I was.
Well, they're going to require you to have a high school diploma.
I know. Yeah.
Okay. As long as you do. All right. And so you don't think you're liable because they would not have taken the car had she had insurance, huh? They would have said, okay, she has insurance and you can go even though you had 2 bags of weed.
I mean, like, not really.
Right, at least, all right. I just wanted you to hear your own logic. What happened with the drug charge?
They dropped it. It's marijuana. It's nothing big. Like, you know, I don't deal with keys or anything.
They didn't give you even a misdemeanor violation?
No, they dismissed it. 2 bags of weed. I was smoking weed, going through things, you know. On my way to work, coming from work. Need to clear my mind. I'm being honest. I'm serious. But I feel like, okay, I didn't have to have the weed in the car, but it's like, you know, that's what happened. But bottom line, it was like no insurance on the car, so.
That's the bottom line.
Seriously. I mean, I know you might have, seriously.
What's that?
I know you got insurance in your car, right?
Yeah, but I don't have 2 bags of weed in it.
Plaintiff Veronica Dobine allowed the defendant to borrow her car, but she claims he got the vehicle impounded because the police pulled him over and he had marijuana in the vehicle.
Ma'am, they impounded the car. What happened then? Why are you suing for $2,700? Obviously, it ran up so high that you weren't able to get it out, and he did not pay the impound fees.
At first, it was $2,000 to get it out, and then I didn't have that. So
Right.
I'm asking him, like, could you like help me out, buy bus cards or anything? He never came with a dime, and you know he act like he don't care about the situation because my kids. I have 4 children by his brother. So I'm looking like I'm thinking he'll have some kind of consideration about my pain and suffering because I've been having to ask people to take me places and doing everything as far as getting around. Can't even get a job. I had to pass up numbers of jobs because ain't no jobs in the city. You know, I have to go in the suburbs and stuff to get a job. So, you know, it went up to $3,600, you know, to get it out, and so they crush the car or whatever they do to it after you have it up in there so long.
You have the impound information.
Yes.
Sir, what did you want to say?
I don't think that was actually truthful of her to say that I didn't give her a bus card. I think I did give you a bus card, though.
2-day bus cards, court. And how many days my car been in the impound and been gone, court?
You didn't show him this?
No, I haven't saw him. This is my first time seeing him since
show
it
it
been
to you
gone.
because it says absolutely nothing about insurance. It says they took a car because of weed.
Unlawful drugs.
See who that star is?
I mean, the police, the police, they
Unlawful
police.
drugs in the motor vehicle is why they took it. $2,700 is your judgment. He is liable because he is the one that caused your car to be impounded based on his illegal actions in the car. One of these times you are going to do some time when they catch you with 2 bags of weed. They may have let you go or whatever the circumstance was in that instance, but not always going to be that fortunate. And once again, I advise you to get your high school diploma or your GED, or sounds like you want to go to the mechanic tech school. So good luck to you in that area. Make sure you pursue that, all right?
Yes.
All right, good luck. Judgment for the plaintiff.
I can't believe you don't care about me and my kids getting around.
It wasn't, I mean, like, are you serious?
When have I saw you?
All right, Veronica.
Never saw you again. Hi, how you doing?
I've been trying to call your
Hi.
phone. You got your phone powered off.
Forget talking over the phone. Why
been
you haven't
busy.
come around?
I don't know you
You was
stay at.
around when my car was here. I saw you every day when my car was here. Come on now, don't do me like that.
It wasn't like that. Are you serious?
You gonna do your
gonna sue me?
nephew and nieces like that.
You gonna sue me over a car? Serious?
And now a special throwback update as the plaintiff is back in Judge Mathis's courtroom.
Plaintiff Veronica Dobine says the defendant is her son And when he was 5 years old, he battled cancer. As a result, Veronica has always had a soft spot for him. But now she fears he has anger issues. She's suing him today for 2 unpaid loans. Defendant Jalen Little admits that he's become more outspoken as he's gotten older, but he doesn't believe he has anger issues. Jalen feels his mother is suing for more than he owes.
Start with you.
Yes, I was here 10 years ago suing my brother-in-law. Now I'm back again 10 years later suing my son.
Did you win?
Yes.
That's why you back. You sue happy. You don't have nobody
No,
else
I'm
you can go
not.
to? You got Judy. You have Million. But no, I'm glad you came back here. Thanks for coming back, though. And tell me about your relationship with your son growing up. Give me some background here.
Yes, at the age of 5, he had a neuroblastoma cancer, and we was in and out the hospital for like a year. And I built a stronger soft spot for him. And
Stronger what?
soft spot for him.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like he used it against me.
Okay.
So, because he gets away with a lot.
Since when?
Since 5 years old when he had neuroblastoma cancer.
Okay. Give me some examples of him
So,
getting
like,
away with a lot. Does that mean getting an extra cookie at night after everybody else is finished with their snack? I don't know what that means. Is he a troubled youth? Has he been failing school, suspended regularly? What does that mean?
No, I think he need a little therapy due to the fact that he have a temper problem.
Okay.
And he was fighting this guy when he was coming. Well, one of his classmates, he was fighting him, coming home from school, and he ended up winning it, and he got stabbed. He went in the house and got a knife and stabbed my son. And so me and his dad decided to take him send him to the suburbs where his dad stay, so he can, feel.
Get on drugs.
Feel like he.
So he escaped the violence of the inner city so he can go get him some heroin in the suburbs.
No, I hope that wasn't the case. That wasn't the
Go
case,
ahead,
but yes, unfortunately it was, because when he went out there, he got into a fight again, and he was in school and he had a fight and he struck the security officer. So he went to jail for the weekend. He got out, and once he got out, he came back with his dad, and he was in our alternative school. So they sent him to the alternative school. Then he turned around and got caught smoking outside his dad's house. His dad sent them back to me, and him and his girlfriend was riding in his car. So the police pulled him over, and he arguing back and forth. So she called me. She was like, "Listen to your son. Listen to him in the background." So he's going in on the police. I'm hollering. I'm trying to get his attention like, "Jalen, calm down. You cannot talk to the police like that. Calm down." So by that being said, I just feel like he need anger management, or like a little, calm down.
How far back do you see that him getting in trouble like that? Temperament problems.
Grammar school. It came to like when he was fighting.
7, 8.
I'll say like fifth grade. Fifth grade.
And you're supposed to have had him taken him to counseling then. He's a grown man now. He didn't have to do a thing you say. So
I know.
I don't know. I was going to say back in those days, but it's not that many days. He's, from what I see, 19. So as of 10 years ago, really, he was in the 5th, I think.
But it wasn't really noticeable, because as you can't just fault him, because I was thinking it probably was somebody else. But now that he's 19 and he's going in on the police like that, that's what's kind of.
No, I asked you specifically. I don't have any knowledge.
No,
I asked you specifically. When did you notice he was doing these things? And you said 5th grade.
No, he was going through the temper tantrums, like fighting and stuff.
5th grade.
5th grade.
Yeah, that's when you need counseling.
Oh, I know. I
Pardon?
thought that's how the kids do it.
Oh, so why are you saying he needs it now then?
Because he's going in on
Because
the
he's
police.
still doing it. So that means he needed it when he first started doing it. If he needs it now, then he's been doing it.
He's very convincing. I thought it was someone else's fault, but now I'm thinking that it was his fault.
Oh, every time when he was in grade school, you thought any fight with somebody else?
He only had one fight.
When did you see him doing that regularly?
Okay.
What age?
It wasn't regularly.
What age was it?
19. That's when it
Okay.
was noticeable to me.
All right. So if he was all right until age 19, something has changed that he don't like.
Plaintiff Veronica Dobine says the defendant is her son, and she feels he needs help for his anger issues because he recently got in trouble for arguing with a police officer.
Let me hear from you. She said you were fine until age 19. You now have some reason she wants you to get counseling. So why don't you tell us what has occurred with you?
I wouldn't say that. I'll say that since I got old, I've been a little bit more outspoken with my words or my choice of feelings. I've been a little more outspoken with that as I grew older.
Okay. And that led to fights?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay. All right. What are you suing it for, ma'am?
$1,200.
Okay. Do you think you need some counseling and therapy?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't either if it's just happened. In 19, this is the first time you ever had any of those problems. Give it another chance before you determine that that's what needed. Those isolated incidents. It's only happened within, how old are you now?
19.
Yeah, it was only happened within 1 year. So there's isolated incidents at this point. The loans, tell me about it.
Yes, February of this year, he told me he had a job. So March of, the 2nd of March, he ended up asking me to borrow $800 to get his car fixed. So by that being said, I was like, okay. 2 days later, he asked me for more 100. So it added up to 12. So I said, Jaden, when will you be able to pay me this money back? He said April the 5th. April the 5th come around, by him getting the job and everything, I'm like, okay, April the 5th, he'll be able to pay me back. April the 5th come around, he don't have no money, no job. I don't never think he had any intentions on paying me back. So I think he lied about the job as well.
Sir, what do you say to this?
What I have to say to that is, actually I did have a job. It's just that I didn't have it for very much long, and when I end up getting fired from my job, I never told my mom that I got fired for the job because I already knew.
You believe you owe her?
I would say that I should at least have to pay back half because due to the fact that I haven't been working.
Okay, so only half. All right, that's what you believe you owe.
That's what I believe I should be able to pay her back.
Okay, why don't you think you owe all of it?
Because right now I'm not currently working.
Okay. You say you don't believe you owe. Not that you can't pay right now, but you say you don't believe you owe because you don't have it. It's usually I just don't have it right now, but I believe I owe. But you saying I don't owe her nothing because I don't have it. All right, I'm just saying. Ma'am, he says he doesn't owe you because he doesn't have it.
Well, I feel like he needs to get a job and be able to pay me back. But
pay you back
that's
what?
Why,
you only pay things that you owe. He say he doesn't owe you. I don't know what part of you missing. The man
He do
say
owe
doesn't
me.
owe you.
How he feel that he only owed me half when I gave you the whole thing?
I don't know what to tell you.
Like, you need to pay me the whole thing. I gave you the whole thing. I want my stuff back.
You can't decide that you only owe a certain portion of monies that folks loan you. You owe all the money that a person loans you unless they say we can change the debt and reduce the amount. Judgment for the plaintiff. All right, have a good day. And
Thank
you see, I'm not going to fight with you about whether you need help. I was trying to go deeper into it so that I can give you some advice. I was trying to get to what I know to be challenges that reflect certain type of mental health disorders. So I'm not fighting with y'all for help. Have a good day. Good luck.
Thank you. Son, just do better. Just get yourself together, and you know what we've been through. me and your father. So just be better.
I love you, Ma.
I love you too, babe.